Hello and welcome everybody to another No Level Cap reaction stream. It's me, Sage Ashford. I'd like to welcome my co-hosts, Devin Butts, Terrence Flowers, Rakeem Beck, and Will Coleman. This time we're checking out the now third annual Xbox Developer Direct. Xbox has gotten in the habit of letting everyone know what's coming in the first half of the year. This year we're supposed to be looking at South of Midnight, Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33, Doom Year 1, and a certain mystery title. I don't know if anybody saw what the mystery title was. If not, we're about to find out. Yeah, I figured Rakeem saw it because he was all on YouTube, so I mean it was unavoidable.
Literally.
Yeah, it's like one of if you're on YouTube at all. Yeah, it smacks you because it's such a big deal. But anyway, I'm expecting a lot of footage. Hopefully, some release dates, maybe a surprise or two. We'll see. But yeah, let's get going.
Yeah, I got this Xbox where my heart used to be. I'm so green. I'm so green. I'm so green.
All right, you're about to see may be disturbing.
Not really.
It may be on Xbox.
Because we skipped ahead a couple minutes to check the sound, and it was just people walking around.
Sometimes you gotta walk, man.
Sometimes you gotta walk.
M18. It's about to get real. Whatever this is, it's about to get real.
Cheer, man.
About to play Steel Dre?
I think you turn it up a smidge more.
Gotcha.
In the work.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. I am glad that Xbox was able to finally carve out their own event. Because, I mean, they've had one, but it wasn't as like set in stone as like PlayStation Showcase or State of Play. It's always been kind of like just some randomly called event. They never had anything like set in stone.
I mean, arguably theirs is more consistent than everybody else now.
Yeah, this
you
is.
You know it's
going
to happen in January.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get one in January and one in June every year.
And the format for this has been great, so I'm glad that they're doing this.
Xbox Games Publishing.
Even if I didn't know what this was, I probably would have known. Like,
I know exactly that.
You wouldn't have.
Oh, so am I the only one who's just like in the dark here?
oh, seeing this?
Yep.
Oh,
I know this intro.
Well, now you know what it is.
like the back of my hand.
Yeah, that intro. That's
I know that.
Unmistakable.
Okay.
Is it Ninja Gaiden time?
こんにちは、超えてくもゲームズチーム忍者の安田文彦で
There
す。
we go.
今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
Oh yeah.
Joey Tecmo. The team that just brought back Dynasty Warriors.
The Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world.
Oh my
The
goodness.
plot was
Like
ultimately
DMC5.
thwarted through the efforts of a soul ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
Oh, Platinum is on this?
That's wild.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
That is.
Now that I did not know.
No.
You know, that's why I
It's
looked
about to
at when
get
he
lit.
dropped so weird, because I'm like, that really had some MGR look to it.
Well, you know what? That's good, because we hadn't seen anything from them in a minute, have we?
No escape.
Because, I mean,
They're-
well,
they're-
Kamina left,
I thought
so,
they were dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were dead,
like,
gone the way of
being
Studio Gainax. Thought I was like, yeah, it's up for y'all, buddy.
I like some Metal Gear Rising type stuff going on.
Yeah, that's what I said. This
Well,
is
it's
MGR.
platinum, so
inspired,
that makes
like,
sense.
Candy. Oh man, I know.
Holy crap.
We back there.
Also, that's definitely not Ryu Hayabusa.
No,
Well, it
it's
certainly
not.
isn't.
That definitely.
That's some new guy.
That's definitely new. But he ain't. Yakuza don't do all this.
I'll say this: this is the perfect time for this franchise to come back.
It sure is.
Hard games are like the meta now, so it's like
Yeah, that's
back.
what's in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There he is.
Okay.
Legend.
Oh, we playing 2 characters. Let's go.
And we're getting us with the Metal Gear Solid 2 treatment.
Hey, bro.
Come on now.
So he's like in the past or something?
So you've come, Raven.
Wait,
I will execute my mission.
Ninja
Are you
Gaiden
versus each other?
4.
do we have 2 stories to follow, 2 ends?
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。
10 years.
最
That's
強の忍
crazy.
者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。
Smart move.
プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人、ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で竜はやぶさも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜はやぶさが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の新主人公であり、はやぶさと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
Expanding the lore a little bit.
Yeah.
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。
You guys think we get a
ステージ
date?
プレイ中に街が呪いの影響を
I don't know.
ビルは崩れ、
That's a good. I mean, it looks
ヤクモをピンチに陥れること
pretty
ファ
polished.
ーロン。
舞台となる東京
So
は
they've been
とあ
at
る
it
出
for
来
a
事
minute.
によって街全体が
Maybe early
マブテや
2026.
ヤクモと敵対する
Yeah.
勢力がひしめき合う状態になって
I
おり、
actually kind of agree with
環
that.
境全体
Yeah.
が
Unless it keeps going with that Team Ninja gets a game every year thing.
Man, they haven't missed in a long time.
前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に
Oh
満ち
yeah,
た
this ninja
I mean, to
right
be
there.
honest, they're showing a lot of footage, so they
Yeah,
must be
that's
pretty
true.
confident where the game
Man,
is.
these stages actually remind me a lot of
スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで
dang it.
爽快なシチュエーションを
Ghost
追加しました
Ghost Hunter, yeah.
これら以外にも
Ghost Runner?
Ghost Runner. You're
Ah,
right.
I can
Yeah.
see that. I can totally see that.
Like the sliding and stuff, like it's
Yeah.
very similar to Ghost
Third-person
Runner.
Ghost Runner.
On the rails.
驚いていただけ
Yeah.
る
I
と
played a lot
I
of
agree.
Ghost Runner recently, so I'm like, yeah. Don't throw in Ghost Runner in there too. Now it's gonna be real lit.
I promise you. Okay,
新
Ms.
しい主
Arthur.
人公のヤク
These
モ
intros killer
竜
me.
はやぶさに次ぐ新たな町人です。
If you don't go get a
彼には
VA
まだ若さも
job,
残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、
go ahead and get on the
忍者
voice
ガイデン
cast,
シリーズにおけ
man.
る
I
忍
hear
者
it.
の頂点、竜と肩を並べる
I hear the
次世代
villain.
の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。
This looks really cool. I mean, I can't deny that.
そん
This
なヤ
this
クモの
looks
前に
great.
立ちふさがるのは荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する
Okay,
人
good
なら
old
ざる者、
monsters
龍
to
馬、
fight.
そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラク
Shit,
タ
there's
ー
a
や
lot of details as it
シリー
is.
ズファンの方に喜んでいただける
It
人
is.
物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を
I'm
繰り
sure
広げる
Max
ことが
flipped
でき
his
ます。
shit at this.
Also, Ninja Gaiden. This makes sense to also be the conference because when Ninja Gaiden was like a big deal on Xbox.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Yeah, that is very true.
ヌエの型を駆使したダ
Ninja
イナミ
Gaiden
ックな
Black.
攻撃によって、
The
これまで
series
か
kind
ら
of
大きく
also
進化し
died
た
when it
巨
went
大な
everywhere
戦
else.
闘を可能にしました。
Man,
ヌエの型では
Sigma did not
これ
hit
まで
like
の
Black
忍者
did.
ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ一撃
And
必
3
殺の
shows hell did though.
Nah, three. Yeah, three is the one I was
状
thinking
態
of.
が長
Three
く続く
was,
戦況を
was
一気に
ass.
覆すことが
Three
でき
had
ます。
so many issues behind it.
もちろん
People did not
1対
fuck
1
with
の
that
戦闘における比率きも健在です。
Boss
プレイ
fights.
ヤー同様、
I'm
敵
not
の
gonna
ガ
lie to
ー
you,
ドや
Devin.
回避をしてくるため、
Looking at him using
緊
this
張
blood
感
in
のある
his
フェアな
attack
戦闘を
reminds
味わう
me
こ
of
と
that
ができ
character
ます。
from Blaze Blue Naruto.
敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら、
Oh yeah,
一
yeah.
瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わい
At this
に
point,
さらな
I
る
know
進
Jack
化を
Hunter.
感じられ
Every
るかと
single
思い
game
ま
I
す。
freaking love that considered someday. I got
Kinda gotten that one.
特に
Wild
ア
Arms
クションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など
Wild
細
Arms
部に
did
わた
come
り日
back.
々議論させていただ
Oh
き
yeah.
会社の
Arm
垣根を
Fantasy
越えた
Arm
密な
Fantasy
やり取りをさせていただいています
Those people
本作
that
の
was
主
the
人公である
alongside
ヤ
of
クモ
Penny
は
Blood.
竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますがその中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思
Look,
い
he
ま
gonna move fast and everybody getting
す
cut
例え
up.
ば
It's bloody.
カラス
It's gonna be
ヌエ
Ninja Gaiden.
2つの型があるという点がヤ
I
クモ
mean,
の
it
大
is
きな
looking
特
like
徴です
Ninja
が
Gaiden
それ
even
ら
from
が持
just what they're
つ多彩
showing
な
us.
性能の
I
アクションを
promise
用
you
い
this
て
look like
Okay, so this
Ninja
guy
Gaiden.
has like two
コント
distinct
に使い
styles.
分ける攻略の深み
Oh, ooh, that's a good
熱
call
脚
too.
絶技などを
Carbine.
絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサ
Ninja
は
Gaiden had. They
そ
saw
れぞれ
Phantom
が
Blade. They
かな
said,
り
"Hold on, now
個
wait
性
a
的な
minute."
遊び心地になっていますの
Don't
で
forget about us.
さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむ
We
こと
still
が
got
で
you
き
in
る
the
ように
bank
なってい
right
ます
now.
Favorite move.
Gotta have it.
Impact.
そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、
Zuna
伊豆直落としなどシリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ
Oh,
I'm not
新
gonna
要
lie, I
素を
remember
入
the
れ込ん
first time I
だ
saw
新しい
that in
忍者ガイデンに
DOA
ご期
4.
待ください
I was like,
Boy.
was it?
忍者ガイ
Was
デンシ
three
リ
the
ー
one
ズ
on the
に色濃く
Xbox?
残っている歯応えやグレー
Okay,
ドの
three
高い
is
アク
what
シ
it
ョン
was.
体験の継承
I mean, it was in
さ
the
らに
previous
我々プ
games,
ラチナゲーム
obviously,
ズの
but
特
you
徴
know,
であ
at
る
that
スピーデ
time,
ィーなアク
graphics
ション
it
や
just
ダイナミックな演出の
looked
取り入れ
The fact that he
進
could
化し
do
た
it
正
like
当
off
続編を
of
作り上げるべ
extended
く
heights,
総力を上げ
Yeah.
て
jump off a cliff and do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro.
容赦ない
First off, they
人の
be
いかなる
super
攻防に
dead.
も部屋に戦える手触り
They
を
be super
ヤク
dead.
モ
He
で
do
も
it
見たい
in a, he
皆
do
様
it
に
in a short
進化し
roof.
た
He
忍者ガイ
bounce
デン
you
を
off
触
the
ってい
roof
ただ
and
き
then
Oh,
ます
yeah,
carry
he
you to the
combos, yeah.
wall.
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので
Oh my, bro.
ぜひ発売をお待ちください
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共に
Take
まさに忍者のように
my
潜んで
money.
忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが
Stealthy like
ついに
ninjas.
発表することができて非常に嬉しく
What is
思います
Stealthy Ninja Gaiden?
2025年秋に本作を皆
Fall
様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしていま
Okay.
す続報にもぜひご期待ください
Hey, Xbox.
My
Y'all got some games coming out this year.
lady.
They kicking it off right.
Add the list.
さて本日お伝えしたい
I
発
didn't
表
think
は
they would have
Oh, one
lasted
more
all
thing.
Oh,
that.
shit.
こちら
Truthfully.
をご覧ください
One more thing.
One
Another
more
game?
thing.
Long live the king.
Remaster?
Oh,
Gotta be.
yeah, maybe.
No.
A
Maybe
remake?
a remaster or something.
Remake it look like.
A remake. Ooh. Right down the center.
Y'all give me somebody to play right now. 'Cause I'm
That's.
finna
I
play.
think this is a remake.
Good.
Yeah, this is a.
This is a remake.
It is definitely a remake. God, it looks good.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Man, you remember how amazing Ninja Gaiden looked
Is
on
that
the
what that
Xbox
Steam
back in
Oh,
the
yeah.
day?
was about?
Bro.
Yes.
It was a very good looking game back in the day.
It looks great here.
It's a very
Oh
good
my
looking game now.
God.
This shit
Damn.
definitely look better than what we just saw.
Damn.
My
Holy
God.
shit.
Look at the environment.
Wait a second. I was only halfway joking. Does this shit kind of look better than what we just saw?
No.
I think it was like the
It looks
theory,
like
like on that video was making that one look a little better.
this looks like a highly polished, but it's still I can still see like the PS3 assets a little bit.
You can't but either way, bro. This looks good.
Jesus. Okay,
Ninja
so
Gaiden
what's
2?
going on?
Ninja Gaiden 2 like remastered or something.
Oh,
Ninja
Black.
Gaiden
They
2
remade
Black.
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
忍者ガイデン2の
Oh.
オリジナル版は2008年に Xbox
Okay,
360で発売しバイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽 楽しみいた
for
だい
its
た作品
violence
で
and
す
high speed.
本
Yeah.
作忍者ガイデン
Oh, yeah.
2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、
Okay.
忍者ガイデン2
They
の
went
完全版と
UE5.
して開発いたしました。 異例なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、竜はやぶさに加え、綾音、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、
Wow.
Xbox 発売となります。
It's over. Devin is loading up PC Game Pass right now.
He's like, I'm in there.
Not gonna lie, Xbox Game Pass, this is a W.
Oh yeah,
this is definitely that's a big W right there.
It's a mega W.
Super size, king size.
This some stuff like you don't just announce this after announcing a new number sequel in the series. Hey, we also like ridiculously remastered.
Y'all gonna put some respect on Koei Tecmo name.
They said, look, it's our ninjas is back.
Hey,
that's what they said.
Ninjas in the house.
Samurai and ninjas are back.
They said, quit playing with us.
Quit playing with us. My name is my name.
Hey, Microsoft already hit the ground running. Like this might already be a
10. Man, we just had the Game Awards like not too long ago. Please,
it does feel like a continuation of that a little bit.
Oh,
okay, South of Midnight.
I know what this is. Let's go.
Okay.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building. And we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
Also freaky.
Yeah. Okay, we definitely wild.
Of course, you would love it,
then. It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
This is so I like how they
don't mumble.
Utilizing like that 30 FPS like
we
kind of
look. If you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
To like make it look more animated.
You want to bring this up right now?
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need
art
some
here
help.
Is man really good.
While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel.
Almost feel like it's kind of got that Beyond and Good Evil art style like modernized.
I can kind of see where you're coming from with that.
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving. An ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into deeper
Definitely not her.
The grand
she just kind of
weavers can see the fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
Kind of like the medium a little bit.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from old folktales actually exist.
She was on a couple shows.
Up here.
Okay.
My salvation.
And according to this,
Among
she is a
them
medical
Guru
lab
Catfish,
scientist.
the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaving
that
thing
Gambit
and
accent.
help me down?
I know, right?
That
Cajun, Louisiana.
That Cajun draw.
Yeah.
Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff.
Okay.
Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds,
do y'all have
Hazel
smooth
will master
traversal?
New weaving abilities.
I'm starting to value that
Using
more
them
and
to
more.
traverse the world,
We shall see.
Like
conjure
traversal
up
that's not just walking or riding a horse.
and confront
Oh, that's
cool.
I do value that more now.
Combat is about understanding and adapting.
It's always
to
funny
different
seeing these
enemy
kind of
archetypes
scenes where the
known as
devs are
aints.
talking and like folks
The
are just working in the
manifestations of
background, and they just like tell them like, "Hey,
encounters.
act natural,
act like you're doing something."
Yeah, act like you're doing
I
something.
was thinking the same thing.
As a person who works in the office, when they take pictures and do videos, just do what you're
Each
doing.
aint has its own unique
Oh.
set, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to
I don't even think
learn
them people are
and adapt
moving.
to.
They like just have their hands in the
For
mice.
example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute
It does
powerful
look pretty
combos,
smooth.
jump
Oh
attacks,
yeah, that looks cool.
and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because aints have powerful defensive abilities.
Oh.
Mastering your magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities.
This is giving me
As Hazel
folklore
progresses
vibes.
in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved
folklore.
abilities. And you'll
I
have
don't
to
care what
decide
it
which
is.
areas to prioritize.
Devin gonna find something in that medium that reminds him of
upgrades
something
will
else. He
change
gonna
how
find
you
it.
Kill the thing and like
He gonna find it every time.
I guess when you play enough games, it's like, yeah, you
That's
have
it.
enough to
That's how you know you got a
She's even
dude who
doing it
plays
like
some
the
games.
Say, oh yeah, baby.
The combat system is fast and
Because I don't know 5 people that play folklore.
Devin.
I got a copy of it right now. bro.
Devin.
And Devin.
You can see every
He
place
plays
so
high
far
fire.
terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past.
It's also got that
Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
Type vibe.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music
Yeah.
themes composed for each one. While
The
not
environmental
all
design in
encounters
this
lead
game
to
is
direct
fucking
combat,
sick.
No, it's going
Hazel
on.
will need
They're
to
definitely
face
going
mythical
on.
creatures
It's
in
really
equal
cool.
confrontation
I mean, it also
before she
helps
can
that
heal them.
there's no other
Boss
game that
encounters
has
and gameplay
explored
sequences
this
also
kind
reflects
of
the uniqueness of each
setting.
creature.
Not at all.
With
And I mean, like, it
distinct
looks,
mechanics that center around
so
each
many of the
specific
areas
event.
look familiar to me,
These
and I'm
encounters
sure to
feature
y'all, as
multiple
people that grew up in the
phases
South.
that
Yeah.
ramp up
Oh, yeah.
But like with that magic element added, it just makes it so much cooler.
As the
Yeah.
encounters
Yeah.
progress, the
Dark
musical
Fantasy
theme builds
Louisiana
up,
is
cranking
definitely a
the
unique
tension
setting, so I
alongside the
applaud them for that.
Yeah, no, I'm with that.
Hey,
It's too
Yeah.
tough.
The whole other
maybe,
game. I
maybe
can
one
think
day
of
we'll get
was
a
still
game
on
about
here.
Each of these
Infamous
Delta
two.
Crossroads.
is inspired by
RE7 was
and
sitting
lead to
Yeah,
climactic
RE7
battles.
was sitting there.
Whoa.
We got a long journey.
RE7, Infamous 2.
South of Midnight unfolds as a
trying to get
hero's
something else, some
journey,
other place.
and
I
as
think of
Hazel,
another one right
you'll
now.
travel through a
Wait,
tapestry of
what about Shadow Man?
Southern-inspired landscapes. From
I didn't
abysmal
know Shadow
swamps
Man.
So
to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks.
I think Spider-Man 2
In
was sitting
our
in the
magical
wasn't it?
South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature
What Spider-Man 2
stand
you talking
moments away from a hungry raccoon.
2020,
And as Hazel
the
delves
last one.
deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape,
that
and
where Miles
folklore
is
of the
supposed to be
American
from?
Deep South fill our world,
Oh my
and our
God.
team has
Ah,
infused
crap.
the game with
I haven't
thoughtful
beaten Miles
details
Morales
and
yet.
environmental
I gotta
storytelling,
go do that.
like our bottle
gonna do an
trees
L
and
thing.
hate blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits.
I'm gonna do
The
my
weight
own
of the
thing.
past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to
Hubbard's
survive.
covered. I like that.
As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's
Why the
filthy
fuck
with
would you
them.
stay?
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody
still-
compulsion
You know,
signature
how
style.
often
for
is it
100
that you
years.
hear the word
This
paint
time
in
we're
a
using a
game?
handcrafted
Man.
approach
Good
inspired by
point.
stop motion animation.
This game is
They
definitely
really
black.
Which allows our team to
They
bring a
did some
distinct
research,
personality
yeah.
and tone into every prop and character.
What the fuck?
Because
know,
this
right?
folklore is open to visual
I don't even think that's an
interpretation,
enemy.
we embrace the
think
freedom
so
to
either. It
reimagine
didn't
these
give off
creatures
enemy
and
vibes,
their stories,
but it was
to
creepy
adapt
as
how
fuck.
they look, and to
That
craft
is
our own
creepy.
version of a fantastical deep
That-
south.
Kind
that-
of like
yo,
some
that
voodoo
right there,
elements
probably-
going on.
That is like
Well,
my
that makes
favorite
sense.
part, seeing that big fish.
The giant catfish.
Yeah, bro, the giant catfish is like
At
one of
Compulsion
my favorite
Man.
pieces
we love
so
to
far.
craft around central
Well, my mama ain't here. She would say, "Oh, I cooked that
Add
catfish."
talent
I'm
and
like, Lord have mercy.
collaborate to give Sound of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive
All right.
into Sound of Midnight.
Well, I mean,
We're
oh,
thrilled to announce that the game
cornmeal in
will
his
launch
eye.
on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available
April
on
8th.
Xbox
April.
and Steam.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Really?
Ooh, dang, Xbox got a lot of defined dates this year.
Okay.
Come on.
That's what I'm
I like
talking
that.
about.
Ooh.
April 8th. Let's go.
Ooh, PlayStation, y'all might be in trouble. Man.
You know,
PlayStation
Four
is-
bangers off
based
the
on
rip.
recent events, yeah, they
That's
might
what
be.
I'm saying, bro.
All right, let's
All
see
right.
what we got.
Oh yeah. We in our element now.
What is this one again?
Clair, Expedition 33.
Expedition
Oh,
33.
okay.
Yeah.
Bonjour, everyone. We are
Bonjour.
Sunfall Interactive, and
I love
welcome to
seeing
our manor.
different cultures being influenced by each other's game designs.
We
I know,
are a
right?
small
I
studio
love
That's really
that
cool.
based in
bro.
Montpellier,
That's
France,
good.
working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in the fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and
He's
that
like,
quickly
"Yeah, I
turned
get
into
it."
trading files back and forth.
Directors will put their work on this.
Creating the
I
first
got it.
prototypes of
They
the
gotta
system.
show
Hey man, the cinematography kind of going off on this one.
And
Yeah.
Well,
cinematic
bro.
battle camera system.
I said I wanted to know
Things really
it was
clicked when we
me.
tested the first version of this
I put the
features.
code
We
down.
felt we had
I'm
something
him.
both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers,
Yes,
and
man,
when he
he,
described the project,
assembled the,
I quit
RPG
my job the
Avengers,
following week
Francois.
and joined the team.
What are you making it
without
sound like?
hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts.
Man, just called the
with a
homies
strong
over like, y'all wanna make a
creative
JRPG?
vision. And
Terrence,
each
did you
one
draft
is
this?
defined by
No,
three core
Devin did.
elements.
I did.
It was his
Okay.
first pick.
A story with great
the
emotional
18.
depth. Gameplay that innovates on the classics we love.
Okay.
You know,
And a world that is
the combat kind of reminds me of what we thought
immersive.
Final Fantasy
We
13
founded
was
Sunfall
kind of going to
Interactive
look like
on
back in the
these
day,
tenets.
like when they showed off
A
like the
group of
first
friends
trailers,
with a
how
shared
everything was
vision
kind of like
and
high
the drive to
flying
make
and
something great.
a lot more intense looking.
Oh, but those fake those fake UI elements they used at first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Shadow
Every
Hearts.
great RPG
I can
is
see
a
that.
It
compelling
looked like
story.
almost like the Ring Shadow Hearts.
And
I
Guillaume
hear
and
you on
I
that
spent
part,
4
but
years
that's the new guy.
intensively
Oh, actually, Lost
developing
Odyssey.
the
Lost Odyssey, yeah.
And that
Yeah,
started
Lost
with the
Odyssey
hook.
more so.
Oh,
67 years ago, a
Penny
massive
Blood for them.
slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased.
Goodbye.
Whoa.
Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger.
Damn.
Expeditions
They
depart to kill
revealed
the
this,
paintress, determined to fight until
early
their
on,
final
like,
breath,
premise.
but none have ever returned.
Yeah, that was the premise.
I love
Our
this
story
premise, bro.
follows Expedition 33.
It's very unique.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
that's a really dope premise, bro.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early
What
on
choice
that
do
we
you
didn't
have?
want to focus on good versus evil.
That's
What's
true.
interesting
Go ahead and
to us
cash out
are
that,
people
401k,
who,
man.
yes,
Go
are
ahead,
flawed but who care deeply about each other.
Unless-
And conflicts
unless you can
arise
beat this
because they
thing.
have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I would never let nobody call me Unc. I know my time is up.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature with
Yeah, we're
adult
telling you, you ain't got
characters
long,
who feel
youngin'.
like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief.
and it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both
This
to
is
each
still
other and to
technically
themselves.
an indie game.
What are we gonna
right?
do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
Man, we really
In a
stretching the
world like
definition
this,
here,
how
but
is
yeah.
it
This shit looks so fucking good, man.
What duty do we owe to each other
This is stunning.
or to ourselves? These questions are
Like the
deeply personal to
facial
me, and
animation
they permeate the story behind the
Excellent.
scenes.
Yeah, this look good.
And it says a lot that this game is not coming to old consoles.
Right, it should.
Like so many games still come to like
Characters all have
last
their
gen
own
consoles.
motivations and
This game was
perspectives.
like, nah, fuck that.
Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
It's not all
No.
dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where
That's
he
a-
can turn
that's
into
different.
the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jet Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jet Trolls across
Like
the
this
game.
guy.
Yeah, trolls is interesting.
And of course, there is Eski,
And he just chilling?
who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
SK is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you
Oh,
follow
Overworld.
certain corners of the
Overworld.
And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find
Oh, he's like your
exciting
ship.
Oh, but I'm not that strong. Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition,
strong.
and each
I'm
of
not
them
that
has
strong.
their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
Think we get a date?
I think
In
so.
addition,
That's been the
we
trend so
have
far.
We
So.
have a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay.
Summer
Our
2025.
reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction,
January 24th, 2025.
which gives combat
What,
greater
tomorrow?
intensity and
You don't have the time to play it, so what would it matter?
You
That's
can
what I'm
deal
saying.
damage by dodging or parrying
It would just
at the
be
right
out.
time. The
I'll
balancing
publish it
turn-based
too.
with
I got
real-time
some
mechanics
big
took a
game.
long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based
Sam is
players
just gonna have to
found
wait.
the real-time elements too hard.
Actually, what if
Some
this
of us
drops in
are
May?
still traumatized by enemies from back then.
May sounds
We've
right.
done a lot of
That
rebalancing
would be
since,
kinda
and
crazy
with a
to
lot
see
of
that.
iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that
We
we're
just got
proud of.
April, right?
Players
Yeah.
who are good at
Yeah, we
real-time
just got
can take
April,
more
yeah.
risks, and others
To be fair though,
counterbalance
this
with
game
items
feels
and
kind of
strategies.
confident. Like I kind of feel like this
A
feels
big
far
part
along.
of that formula.
They are
is
showing
in
off
many
a ton.
ways you can
Like,
customize
look
your
at
Or
this.
character.
skill trees. Okay.
We spend a lot of
and
time
whatnot.
designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique
man, looking
mechanic.
kinda like a
Male
Robert
switches
Pattinson.
between stances which can ultimately
right?
boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mel the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way.
Now,
Most people play her as a glass
one thing I
cannon
really want to know
with
is,
Gustav's
since this is
complementary
a
skills.
RPG, is that music
Characters
gonna be
can also
hidden?
equip hundreds of passive effects.
I think you're listening
Yes,
to it right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. It gotta be.
I figured, yeah.
If you look up the
Every
some of the
character
gameplay
has
footage,
more than 20
they've got
unique
some pretty
skills in
impressive
their
music
skill
so
tree
far.
and hundreds of passive effects.
That
they
is
can
a
gain
lot of
through
effects.
Lumina and weapons.
Yeah.
So
I
there
see
are
you
fun
Final
beings
Fantasy
and
9
gameplay
passive
to
skill
explore.
tree. You can't fool
They
me.
going all in
right?
on the builds and
Can't
shit.
wait to see
They
how
really
you
are.
choose to play.
You said Final
and what kinds
Fantasy.
of builds
This
you'll
game better not
design
outsell
that we probably
FF16.
never even imagined.
That'd be crazy.
Going full turn-based, it better not outsell FF16.
Hey man, let it happen. Sometimes you need to kick in the butt. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you do, but
Sometimes you need
we're-
it.
Fantasy world.
We're gonna have to look inward.
Sometimes you gotta pop out.
Hey,
you know what?
Every
Yeah.
level
I mean, this
has
kind
a
of
color
that
and
conversation
texture
about, you know,
For example, the
action
Destro
versus
Village is an early
turn-based,
area in the game where
you know,
players can enjoy
it's
the
kind of we see that turn-based is making a comeback.
And toy-like. It's basically a
I mean, you can still find innovation in turn-based, as you can see right here.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrels are like. The Gestral village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrels, or forgotten wooden poison.
I love
box,
unique
with two main
civilizations in
colors,
games.
red and white.
Don't ever stop doing that.
I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, good eye. Ow!
Definitely a Gestral.
For Eske, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map.
Those have also come back.
A real challenge to create, both artistically and
this I didn't expect to come back, but sure.
It ended up a lot bigger than we expected.
Wow.
We'll definitely need SKZL traveling around.
Here we go. That's beautiful.
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
Oh wow, we're gonna find our ruby and emerald weapons, huh?
That's what it sounded like.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th.
Also in April.
Series X and S
Great.
and is available day one with
Great.
Xbox Game Pass.
Oh.
You can already wish this a game and follow us.
It's a lot of video games.
Xbox Game Pass.
Super excited.
Making his money back.
He just said game
Small, passionate
Now this game is on
youth
PS5 too,
and
so
can't wait for you to
Yeah, it
discover
is.
the story.
Either way,
Well,
bro.
and our take
I'm
on the
supporting
challenge.
either way. I'm saying.
this is a lot of games.
Everyone at Sun4, thank you for joining us.
Make some
Tomorrow
more.
comes.
Demain viendra.
All right, Keem, I
Tomorrow
believe
comes.
it's you up
Demain
next.
viendra.
Demain viendra.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
buddy.
I mean, I like everything I'm watching here, so shit.
I mean, like so far, man, this has all been amazing.
I love Ninja Gaiden. So
This is a 10 out of
It
10
ain't
show
made-
so far.
They hadn't made any mistakes.
yeah.
All I can say is, Sony, they knocking it down. And they about to kick the go in. Get it together.
Yeah, I think they not too far off from just being like, hey, we
Put the
about to be
fuel
on
in the
deck.
rocket ship. Take out the pilots.
Mess
They've
around
already
and
made the
revive
sacrifice.
scale, I promise.
Revised scale bound.
No,
Revive Scalebound.
leave Scalebound where it's at.
Home of id
Glad to work on Ninja Gaiden
where
right
more
now.
than
They
30
got
years
something.
ago, a small team of game developers helped
Like that shirt.
define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our
Man,
team
Doom
is
came
as
back and they ain't
passionate
messed
as
up
ever.
since.
And the
I
most
promise you.
important values have
Now,
to do
here's
with
the question.
innovation, craftsmanship.
What's up?
Is Mick
performance
Gordon on
remain a
this, or did
priority
they get
for us
somebody else?
today.
Nah, that's a
And
good
as you're
question.
about to
That is a
see,
very good
those
question.
Because that
values are
last
infused in every
Hugo Martin
aspect
and
of
Mick
this
Gordon do
latest
not
installment
with each other no
in the
more.
legendary Doom franchise.
At all.
It is an honor
So
to
that'd
work
be
on this
interesting.
game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out.
I actually want to read what the fans think about this because that was like a big
So
fiasco.
now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet.
This is like,
Doom: The
I
Dark
believe, the
Ages.
only
That was
old
so
school
stupid, I
shooter that's
mouthed
like
the words.
still breathing. Like Quake had a time and it didn't really do that well. Unreal Tournament.
He'd try to come back
and
and fail.
What about Wolfenstein?
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
That's-
had,
yeah.
yeah.
The last game had like what the sisters.
Yeah.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will
But you are
feel
right,
like the
like yeah,
super
like a
weapon
lot
in
of
the
those
center of
boomer
a
shooters
medieval
are
war
gone. Like
against
they
hell.
live on in spiritual
Set in a
success.
In the new generation.
sci-fi
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
fantasy
there's
world full of
that's a lot more of them on
locations to
PC.
explore,
Oh, yeah, for
powerful
sure.
weapons to unlock.
Oh, let's
and
go.
enemies to conquer.
That is
This is a prequel to Doom 2016. And
Oh,
that's
a prequel.
an opportunity to reimagine every
Okay.
aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom the Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series.
Hellgate?
And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat.
Give me the game.
In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom the Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank.
This game came out in June.
Strong, but still fast.
Oh man.
A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
If they pull that, bro, I'm through.
It actually looks like Hellgate one
And
day.
a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
Of course.
Throw. Parry.
He's Captain America now.
Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience.
That is true.
So in 2016,
each game has a different philosophy.
In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot.
Jump and shoot.
And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
And beating the ammo out of them.
Head to head with some of the
That's a mechanic.
baddest demons
that is a
ever
mechanic.
created it in. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail?
Yeah.
Or maybe an electrified gauntlet. Or even a Doom spiked mace.
So this one is a lot more melee oriented
melee
than, huh?
options that are
Clearly.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
It look like it.
Dark
All in
Ages
one
and all.
input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system.
Oh, they changed the glory kill
In
system.
and out as you see fit, and it feels amazing.
So it's in real time.
You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the board with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but
I
that's
wonder
just
if they get
two
around
inputs.
invincibility
We got
frames. I
one
mean,
more
that was
really
the thing
important
with,
button that we
Odin.
haven't talked about yet. The
Be
trigger.
interesting. The trigger.
Oh, that. I remember when they showed that in the trailer.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously
Nah, that's
powerful
the
weapons
plasma
that we've ever
rifle.
created.
A dual plasma rifle?
A dual plasma rifle.
Bro, like
That's
that's crazy.
Shotgun.
That's the BFPG.
Shotgun.
Brutal torture
Double
machines,
shotgun.
built to butcher, impale,
Damn.
and shred the minions of hell with.
Okay, that's the regular plasma, man.
Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem
Clear them
that
out.
only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
This company is big on gameplay loop. It's like one of the main things, so it's interesting to see this kind of a shift. Okay.
And the music's hitting, whoever's doing it.
Yeah, whoever's on music.
Oh. Oh, that's
okay, I was
cool.
wondering did he have some type of replacement for the grapple.
Man, what is that? And they got a buzzsaw on his head?
Oh.
Bye-bye.
No, I think he threw his shield into his
Yeah, he
face.
did, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Charging Star.
Yeah, I'm about to say he hitting him with the stars and stripes.
Vital justice.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
Oh, that's
And the
going
gameplay
the
doesn't
speed
end
runs
with
of this
just the
game
Slayer.
gonna be immaculate.
Yo, that's
We
crazy.
finally have for you. Been waiting for
Hey,
2
let's
years
get back in the back
to
suit,
in
baby.
and pilot your very own
A giant robot?
They had that in the last game. You didn't play it though. It was like for a story.
Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists.
It's just fun,
and
I'm with it.
We also have for you your very own fire-breathing Gatling gun.
Dragoon. Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon? Neither of these are one-and-done
You riding Ridley?
They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience.
Right.
So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages.
Nah, just hit me on the OST
Your
right now.
hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step
Yeah, that
of
was
the
a
way.
chest, King.
Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut,
Now like we playing God of War.
leap,
It does feel like playing God of War the puzzles.
smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures.
Okay.
There's always something new waiting to be
Gotta have a key
discovered
card. You gotta have a key
or
card,
destroyed.
man.
Yeah, man.
Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction.
We are definitely getting a release date for this.
Explore the
Oh, yeah,
medieval
absolutely.
battlefield outside
Yeah,
of
there's so much fucking gameplay.
seeking out
I feel like
targets and
they
enemy
went into
formations
this
along
one
the
knowing
way
like, hey,
to engage with
you've been
as
criticized
you
for
go.
not having anything out.
Any gun
You
you
gotta
choose.
put some dates.
All release dates.
That's pretty smart.
Explore what is the largest play space ever.
If
in a
anything,
Doom
I mean,
game.
this kicks the year for
Discovering
Xbox
secret
off right.
caves
No one can say
does.
Xbox doesn't have
lifelines
some
in
anything.
search of vital resources.
Underwater, let's go.
You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue.
Wait, is it just like an open area? You just choose your area you go to?
That's what I'm saying. No,
You
that's
said sandbox.
Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet.
Whoa.
Wait, that's the Cyber Demon?
Looks like it.
And the soundtrack to your
Dark
epic
Ages
adventures will be
Wait.
composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with
I
guitars,
ain't never heard them before.
medieval vibes,
haven't
and
either.
pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains.
Yeah, ain't seen it in a while.
And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
What date you all think?
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give
June.
players
I'll
an
say
experience that's
I
as
would-
fun
I'm
to
gonna say
play
by
as it
June,
was to
maybe
make,
July.
and make something that's good enough to become the best
All right, the whole
Doom
studio
game
walking.
has ever made.
I know.
You got
But
Terrence.
that is for you to decide. When Doom: The
July.
Dark
I'm gonna say
Ages
push it.
releases,
I'm gonna say that.
Wait, what they say?
It's May.
Oh,
May.
dang it! I should have said May.
God, dog.
I should have said May.
May 15th.
It's gonna be May.
Okay, all right, bro. So they just hitting it right. They just hitting it like straight up, bro. Like,
Yeah, boy.
games in April, and then 2 weeks after those games come out, we got Doom like right there.
Good
Like-
lord. At least Doom isn't like a long ass game.
Yeah.
Can I move?
So that was it. That was the Xbox Developer Direct 2025. We got to look at 4 different video games, 5 technically if you count Ninja Gaiden Black 2. But I just want to go ahead and get the feeling from everybody. Devin, what'd you think of the Developer Direct?
This was outstanding. There's all 4 of these games I'm interested in. All 4 of them look great, and not too long of a wait to play them. And then them shadow dropping a remaster of one of these games is coming back. Like, well, not even really a remaster. It's like a remake, really. I know I've said it before. I've given Xbox some flack, especially when they came out with Game Pass. I'm like, man, I know we want older games. We want to have a collection of games. You know, subscription to play games is cool. But when you got new games, new systems, and new hardware, it's about the new games that they can play that's built on that new hardware. And they showing off some good stuff here, man. Like, Ninja Gaiden's one of my favorite series of all time. It was one of my favorite Xbox games. I played the heck out of Ninja Gaiden Black on Xbox, the original Xbox One. Yeah, we all of us here RPG fans. Expedition 33 looks dope. South of Midnight looks like my type of game. This was fantastic. I just want to say, people that I keep hearing this, gaming is dead. Ain't no games to play, man. Where the games at? I can't find no games to play, man. Ain't no good games at. Where the good games at, man? If you still saying that, bro, even after the last 2 years we had, and now this year is just starting and what we're seeing, we already know of games coming out. Yakuza next month, Monster Hunter next month. We got first Berserker Kazan in March. What are y'all talking about? Just say you don't play a good game. You just want the regular, just basic stuff. Just say it and be happy with it, but don't say ain't no good games. I can't believe ain't no good games. Gaben is dead, man.
But stop. Fortnite, but Apex, stop. But no. Overwatch.
I like both of those games.
Stop the cap.
But also,
I know, right?
Bro, I play something else.
Play something
else. My hat is
else.
off to you, Xbox. This was a great start.
Play
man.
something else, goddamn.
Great start for the year. I'm man. I want to give it a 10, but I want to see more. But they hit it with all the 4 of them were just so good. I'm gonna say a 9.5, man.
All right. Okay.
This was. Whew.
Rakeem, what about you? Where did you stand?
Oh yeah, I was. I'm very pleasantly surprised with what I saw. I think this did exactly what they needed it to do with the games coming out this year. Kind of a focus on that because we had a lot of had some games pushed back last year, and I mean Avowed and stuff's about to come out soon. So it's time to hype up what's new for this year. So yeah, a return of an old series is always hype for me. Ninja Gaiden is also a series I enjoyed, and I was really sad to see it go away for such a long time. Of course, Team Ninja's been focused on the Neo series, their other side projects, their Souls-like style action games. So just kind of returned to form with Platinum at the helm this time. And we didn't know Platinum's kind of disappeared as well to a degree. So like this is what they've been working on all this time. That's kind of dope. That was a huge reveal. So that's got me excited. The remake of Black, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, yeah, I'm probably gonna play that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm probably if it's not astronomically expensive, I'm definitely gonna buy that.
It's $50.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, you could always just get Xbox Game Pass and play it on Steam Deck or
well that's true.
Steam Deck, but PC, your laptop or something. So
I mean, we'll see. I mean, if it's on Steam, I can play it on Steam Deck. But yeah, that was cool. South Midnight looked really good. Like you said, the environments of South Midnight really are the winners to me. Like its environment and world is so unique. I just want to try that world just to be in it more than anything else. Like the world itself, I think is the seller for that one. Expedition 33, you've already talked about it ad nauseum. It's a good looking RPG. Everything I saw just reaffirmed what I already thought about the game. So that's probably a day one buy for me, honestly. And of course, the end of the show with good old Doom. Since I have gotten into the series with 2016, none of the Doom games will let me down. Doom Eternal was probably one of my favorite experiences I played in the last 10 years. Like I love that game. So yeah, I was super excited about this. I'm liking the fact that even though they have the same IP, each game they've made has taken risks and tried something different with the gameplay and the loop of the gameplay. You would think like a game we just shoot demons in the face would get old, but they somehow find a way to innovate on it every time. So I think that's dope. And I mean, giant mech battles, flying around, sandbox, got Captain America shield. Sign me up, man. I ain't seeing nothing wrong with this. So for me, I'm gonna give it probably like a 9. I think all of these projects look good. Hopefully, I get to play some of them soon, especially Doom, Ninja Gaiden, and Expedition 33. Because I'm those three. I've been yeah. Let's get it.
Okay. Will, sir, what do you stand? What do you think?
Oh man, I gotta give them they props, bro. They came correct right off rip with the Ninja Gaiden 4 talk. I did not expect them to start there. I expected that to be like the last thing we see. But for them to throw that in our face and be like, hey, Ninja Gaiden's back. And I'm just like, oh, we here. And then you giving us basically like a remake / remaster of Ninja Gaiden 2. All right, bet. You got my money. You show me Clair Obscur Expedition 33. That's taking my money off rip day one. Here, take my wallet. I'm supporting y'all from here to the moon. As long as it's good, I'm there. Like, and then on top of that, you got definitive dates on each one of these projects. And that right there is the cherry on top to me. That right there says a lot. To have definitive dates right then and there, instead of it being like a spot of where, oh, it'll be out in this time period, or it'll be out this time, oh, it'll come out this year, or it'll come out this season. You gave me a day to look forward to. And seeing all the stuff you've shown, like from the Ninja Gaiden on the screen, from Expedition 33, from South of Midnight, from Doom to Dark Age, I got pretty much every piece of these games ready to go in my mind. They're on wish list. I'm ready to get them. It's another amazing year to play video games. You got something to play? Come get them. They coming out left and right. Don't waste your time playing your free-to-play experiences. They gonna always be there. These right here only come out every so often. Come get a new experience. Come hop in. Come tap in with these games and have some fun this year, man. This show gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Terrence, where do you stand, brother?
I'm gonna say, man, Xbox killed this shit. Like, I think this is the best developer direct yet in terms of everything that was here, from how polished the games were to the date reveals. I just really love this format. Like, I think it's really cool that you're not just getting a bunch of trailers back to back, but you're also getting inside the minds of the people who actually make them. They're breaking down the process. They're talking about the worlds, the story, the challenges they went through in development. It's so cool to see the people who make the games talk about the games. Like, I think that's you would think that would be something that would be standard, but it feels like it's overlooked. Like, games now have become like, I mean, gaming is huge. Let's be honest. Like, gaming as a medium is huge, and you know, it feels like the actual people who make the games are a lot of times kind of just taken out of it. Like, they're just this disembodied thing that, you know, there's somebody who's making the game, but you don't really think too much about them. I think that this format is just really dope. And I mean, Xbox killed it with this. Like, Sony doesn't really have anything like this where they've done stuff where, like, they show the developers, don't get me wrong, but this just feels so much more
personal.
Like, personal. I was going to say intimate, but no, personal is a better word. Yeah, personal. We're just getting to see behind the minds of this stuff. And do more of this, Xbox. Gaming industry, do more of this. Like, this was great. Yeah. The fact that so many of these games are coming out so soon, they look incredibly polished. Like, Expedition 33 looks insanely polished. Like, man, I echo everything you all have said. Like, this was very well done. All the games shown here, they look very impressive. There's not a single game that I wouldn't like to play in some capacity. Yeah, this show for me gets a 10. Like, I don't see any weaknesses with this show. Like, I don't. I can't think, unless I like nitpick something and I just want to be really super negative in some kind of way. I don't see any flaws with this show whatsoever. Like, I really think that this is what Xbox should do moving forward. This was a very good show. Very good.
I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10, and I am going to nitpick because I do think the pacing dragged in some spots here and there. It does make me feel like a bit of a jerk because Terrence makes a good point. The fact that we never get to see developers, or like Xbox has been doing this, but not in such a fashion. After every Summer Game Fest, they always have their what I think it's the showcase extended, and then they'll sit down with a few more developers and they'll do long form interviews. Yeah, and they're pretty cool if you're looking forward to like whatever game it is. Like you can sit down, you get a chance to see the developers sit down and talk about the game in detail. That it's a good idea. For a format like this, I feel like you could have gotten the same thing done in maybe not half the time, but like a third. You could cut a third of it off, and it would have still been just as good. So that's the only real flaw I would say in this. But other than that, I think it's well put together. I understand not having more games because you want it. Like they have a very clear thing that they wanted because they have Avowed coming out in February. They have what's the game that's coming out in March? It's not Expedition 33, right? It's
no.
It's South of Midnight is no. There's nothing coming out in March. It's not coming out in March.
So.
They have Avowed coming out in the middle of February, and then you take a month break, and in early April you have South of Midnight, and in late April you have Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33, which is not even their game, but the branding has been so strong that it's going to feel to a lot of people like it is their game. And then in May you have Doom: The Dark Ages, and that already makes for one of the strongest first-party showings that Xbox has had in a long time. I mean, like I can't imagine and to have them all hit like that. Like there are people that have been talking about when are the dominoes going to drop? Like they've bought so many studios, and at some point they should be able to release a whole bunch of games at one time, and you see the dominoes start to fall. Well, this is it. This is it. When you have three high-profile games coming out back-to-back, like Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom: The Dark Ages, and that's not even all that they supposedly have this year, because they also supposedly have The Outer Worlds 2 coming out this year, Fable coming out this year, and then still rumors, but Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake coming out this year.
The worst kept rumor.
It's the worst kept rumor at this point.
Yeah,
but like
when I heard that rumor, I thought it was going to be like, man, y'all didn't do Morrowind? I thought that'd be the one.
I mean, you could still do Morrowind at some point, but I guess they went with like a one that would be quote unquote easier to do because it's more modern. And they'll probably adapt it still nonetheless, but like you want to put the least amount of work into it, I guess, to get it out on time. But yeah, I mean, like you look at it and you're seeing all these games, these high profile games, and it's, I mean, like, hey man, it's probably a little too early to have the conversation of should Sony be worried? And the answer, even when you have that conversation, the answer is going to be no. Because Xbox is just so far behind in the console war. And ultimately, Xbox is about to start putting their games on PlayStation. I mean, Doom: The Dark Ages is launching on PlayStation. Right. So, I mean, like, it's probably too late to have that conversation. But, I mean, it is interesting that the first-party showings, like, okay, yeah, they had Astrobot last year and Helldivers, but, like, those are small, well, not smaller games because Helldivers was a pretty big success. But, like, those aren't what you... And Astrobot was Game of the Year. That's not still what you expect from Sony, like the big budget narrative type games. And maybe those are starting to go away for Sony. I mean, like, who knows? As they start to look at different methods of trying to make money, maybe they start to go in different avenues. But for right now, they've gone away from the thing that you know them for, and there's nothing really strong in its place narrative-wise to replace it, where it's just like, okay, well, they do this now. We have no idea what they do. They're just making video games right now. And right now, we don't know what the next game is. And maybe our opinions change in February because I think there's supposed to be a state of play or a PlayStation showcase or something in February. If that's the case, maybe our opinions change. But for right now, I'm like, man, Xbox really got it going. And, you know, the rest of y'all got to do something. But I like that. I like the fact that there's some competition going around right now.
Yeah.
A little late, but I love the fact that there's some competition.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really like, and Terrence brought this up, like Xbox is doing something like this. I like that they're doing this, and it basically splits their year up in half. Because you know every year you're going to look forward to, like, okay, this is the developer direct. And even if it's underwhelming, I respect it as long as you've got 2 or 3 games coming out. I'll respect it. Just because it's like, hey, man, this is what we got coming out. This it. Like, you want to know what's up next? This is it. As opposed to just being like, well, we might talk about it. We might get around to it. Like, no. Tell me what you have this year. And it keeps the fans focused. It keeps you focused. It keeps, like, it's a very specific. And then you get to the summer showcase, and the summer showcase can kind of look forward maybe it's not, okay, this is the back half of the year. Maybe this is like, okay, this is the back half of the year, and then a good bit into next year. Like, you're going to see what we have coming in the next year. I like that. I like that those two dueling events that roughly when you're going to get them, and you know roughly what's going to be there. I wish that Nintendo and Sony and really a lot of these places were more focused like that, instead of it being like, hey, man, you know, one random fucking Sunday in the middle of any month that I pick, we're going to start talking about video games. Like, bitch, why can't y'all get y'all shit together and focus and do it on a specific day? So I like this. So, yeah, like I said, 9.5 out of 10. Great showing from them. Looking forward to a couple of these games. And I don't know where I'm going to find the time to play them, but I'm looking forward to them.
Hey, very same.
We're going to do it live.
You're also going to have to wait for, I guess, South of Midnight to eventually come to PlayStation.
Yeah, that would be
play it on
something
PC, I guess.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
well, for me, I don't have a good enough PC, so I can't do that.
I got one.
Maybe Terrence. Maybe it's time to start saving up.
I mean, we'll think about that next generation. I'm not doing that now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I respect it.
All right, let's try the Shadows.
Yeah, I did want to take a look at this Assassin's Creed Shadows. This trailer also hit the internet today. It got swallowed up a little bit by all this Xbox coverage, but I still think it's worth talking about.
Yeah, why did they drop this today?
I think they always planned to, because they had like a preview event that they did, and they did that like I think a week or 2 weeks ago, and so like the embargo was up today, and so I think they were like, okay, well, we're timing the trailer for today, and so I think they just got hoed. But it's okay. We'll see. Okay. Hopefully this is good. I haven't seen this. I don't know anything about this, unlike the developer direct. It was kind of hard to avoid getting spoiled.
There were also a bunch of people who had gameplay present previews for this game.
Yeah, that's why I said they had the preview event. Like, there's a ton of footage, a ton of websites that have talked about this game. Like the embargo ended today, and so they probably wanted to time that with this. So, but yeah, let's take a look.
A lot of gaming news.
It's hard to remember. Blood.
Breathe deeply. Tell me about your nightmare.
There is evil at work in our homeland. Greedy lords who bring war.
He comes. Oda Nobunaga.
Oh shit. The demon himself.
This blade, it cannot be taken.
What?
Now is the time.
I knew this game had to happen eventually.
Don't care about
it was inevitable.
Blood for blood.
Folks have wanted Assassin's Creed Japan for a long time.
By my vision.
Is that tyranny? I ride with you. My whole life, I have been caught on a wind, blown across the world.
I see potential in this man. The Black Soldier is not one of us. Send him back to wherever he belongs.
He may become a legend, or he may die.
Okay, I know exactly what that battle that is.
No. Duels belong in the old world. This is the way forward.
You slaughtered innocents!
The blade. It is you. You are a part of something bigger than this war. Our fates are connected.
We have all seen darkness. Some have been that darkness. Because you believe in my cause, we have come together, despite it all. To bring change, to bring light.
I guess it's a good thing that there's no other game coming out in March.
and not too
Oh,
many
fair enough.
other things.
Who said there's no other games coming out in March?
You first Berserker.
Well, I guess what I mean is like no,
the first
the
Berserker at the end of the month.
Xbox stuff is not.
Oh,
coming out.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because then Assassin's Creed would just get hold again.
It's about to get hold again. It's stacked. March is stacked. At least I feel like it is. Let me take a look.
I was gonna say, please take a look because I was just about to do it. Tell me, start from
Split
the top.
Fiction is definitely.
Oh yeah, Split Fiction. Yeah.
Ah, damn.
Suikoden's coming out. The remake, the remaster.
Now look, at some point you gotta stand on your own 2 feet.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair,
Yeah.
This franchise, as a franchise, at its peak, is bigger than most video games.
Yeah,
That's correct.
True.
Not to
So-
mention, this sucker used to come out in the same month as COD.
Yeah.
It did,
all the
and
time.
still sold.
Definitely did.
And sold very well. So like, there ain't no excuse. There's a large fan base still waiting on this game. I'm not gonna lie. I the one part of this trailer I quite enjoyed was the reveal of Nobunaga. As soon as they reveal Yasuke, I was like, with Nobunaga, because you gotta do him.
Yeah.
You gotta reference him at some point. He was such a big deal in that time period. I was wondering how it was gonna be incorporated into the story. It's gonna be like a crossing paths type thing. This feels like it's early in the game, like not super far into the game at all.
This feels like prologue.
Yeah, it feels really early. So I feel like we're seeing a lot of story, but we're not seeing a lot of story, which is the best kind of trailer.
Right.
You think you're seeing a lot, but you're not really seeing everything. I think as far as a story trailer, it was pretty good. It's like showing like these different emotional angles from these characters. So like they're on opposite sides at first to some degree. And the incorporation of the assassins into this period of time. So seeing that is pretty dope. I do wonder where the direction goes after this. How they become like a part of the order, or if they become part of the order. I mean, those one Assassin's Creed ain't become part of the order. So it depends on how that works out. How the characters are gonna, work together, work opposed. Maybe they'll fight each other. Maybe a Yasuke against Yasuke boss fight or something. That'd be cool. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm just at this point, man. I mean, I don't need to see much more, man. I just want to play the game.
There you go.
Straight up.
I do just want to play the game for the most part. I do think it's interesting what they've done with this trailer. It does sound like what I heard. I did hear a little bit of information about this. I didn't watch the trailer, but I heard that basically a lot of game journalists and game streamers and whatnot got a chance to play the game. They played the prologue, which looks like that's what this is, and then they got a chance to play. They skipped ahead, dozens of hours into the game, and they're suddenly level 25, and they got a chance to play that just so they could experience the open world. I like what we're seeing so far with what appears to be the prologue. I'm with Keem. I don't really have any major opinions. It's Assassin's Creed. You kind of know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Ever since they reinvented it for the RPG era, you kind of know what you're gonna get. And I like what I get generally. I didn't like Valhalla, but that had more to do with the story and the characters than it did with the world and the typical Assassin's Creed gameplay. So I mean, I'm excited to get back into another checklist Ubisoft game. I don't play a ton of them. I play one every. I think I played two, really three in the last decade. So that's about it. Yeah, right. Then they just stopped making them. So I mean, it feels weird. I played Origins in 2017, Odyssey in 2018, and I didn't finish Valhalla, but I played it in 2020, and I haven't touched an Assassin's Creed game in like 5 years. So it would be nice to just kind of go back and get into that style a little bit.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Oh, and the other thing I like is that they're basically giving away the first expansion, story expansion for free. If you pre-order it, you just get it. So I like that. They're trying to get like that make good going. So I hope it works out for them. Ubisoft seems like it's pretty screwed right now. So hopefully this game does well enough. I don't know what well enough is for them, but I mean, like if it sells, 5 million copies, I think that's still pretty good.
Considering they're thinking about selling, I don't know how well they got to.
I don't know. Like, see, when you start talking about drastic changes like that, I don't know if there is any game that can do well enough for it to matter.
You can't fix that.
Right.
You can't. I'm sorry. So I don't know. We'll see. The rest of y'all, I know y'all not really Assassin's Creed fans like that, but did anybody have anything? Did it stick out? Anybody have anything they want to put in?
Not really coming from me because I'm not the hugest Assassin's Creed guy. Like I played Syndicate way back, So that's the most experience I got with the series so far. But I mean, I'm willing to give this a shot. Like I'm not against it. So I'm just ready to see how well it plays. I mean, if I ever need any questions answered, I'm sure I can ask you or King. So
yeah.
For me,
I mean, since
Devin,
in the
you wanted to chime in?
Oh, wait, who?
Devin.
Oh, okay.
I actually, when Assassin's Creed first dropped, I got that for Christmas, and I liked the game. And after that, I never played most of the other ones. I played, I think, Black Flag for a little bit, and I just never played the other ones. Not that I didn't like the game, I think one thing that killed it for me, because I had the game, I was about to beat it, and the game just broke somehow. Like, not even like physically broke. I put it in the system, and it just wouldn't work, and I just kind of never came back to it.
The whole
So
franchise.
it's not like I didn't like the game, even though the first one was a little repetitive. But I mean, that's the first one. You kind of get your feet wet. But it was still a solid experience. I wouldn't mind trying this to get myself back into the series because this looks dope. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing this. The visuals are pretty good. I've seen like some like combat footage, and the combat from what I've seen looks fairly smooth. Especially having the two juxtaposing fighting styles. So that'd be pretty dope. And I think also part of it was just like, I'm a huge Prince of Persia guy, and this basically took up Prince of Persia's helm.
Yeah.
And I guess I was always like, dang, I would rather be playing a current Prince of Persia, but that game kind of like vanished for a little bit. We got like the redone Prince of Persia, like the open world one, which felt like Shadow of the Colossus, like very empty landscape. And they had the movie game, but after that, it wasn't much else. So, but I definitely wouldn't mind trying this one though.
Okay. Rakeem, you had something else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was like, I was playing this and I was like, man, I am going to enjoy this. But a part of me also wonders, like, with like how negative Ubisoft has been these last few years and just how old this franchise is, are we going to finally hit that medium of the franchise fatigue at its apex?
I feel like we've hit that already.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, there's still people complaining about this game, and it's been 5 fucking years since you had a full Assassin's Creed game.
Yep.
Like Mirage was around. I think Mirage did kind of mediocre.
Yeah, it was right.
But even though that was supposed to be like the big return to classic Assassin's Creed, and I was like, man, y'all don't really want that. Y'all say y'all want that, but y'all don't really want that. But
I don't think they know what they want because they don't want this either.
They don't want this either. It's just like like, like there's some people that have pointed out that Ghost of Tsushima, people was like, it's just Ubisoft. They just put a little extra Sony polish on it, but it's basically still just a Ubisoft game. Like, y'all didn't make no big changes. So I mean, like, I don't know if there's anything that can be done other than just to make a game so good that people just have to shut up. Like, if they put out a game like, and this doesn't look like it's that. This looks like it's an 80 to an 84 on OpenCritic and Metacritic, maybe an 85, and it's good, solid, not almost great, but not quite. And then like if you already if you're predisposed to not liking it, you're like, man, fuck this the same Ubi slop, blah 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 blah. So I mean, like, I think that's where we're at as far as like franchise fatigue. I hope not. I hope it does sell well, because I mean, like, it never does anybody any good for game studios to close down. And if Ubisoft gets bought, that I promise you, that's thousands of jobs lost. And nobody wants that. So
they need a win big, boy.
Man, they need to win. And
they somehow done fucked up half their franchise. I don't know how they did it.
I don't know how. I mean, they had the world in their hands last year with XDefiant, and they just, I don't know.
XDefiant was to me losing their way, because I mean, like, when they really had it was in 2010s. Like, they had that string of games.
Yes.
Me and Keem used to talk about all the time. Like, man, Ubisoft really figured it out. And it was from like 2016 to 2019. It was like Ubisoft really figured it out.
Every game they put out, multiple million sellers. Back to back to back to back.
Yup.
Never seen nothing like it.
Nope. Not from a Western style. I was like, damn, y'all just keep putting out all these franchises and they just keep working out. And then all of a sudden you get to 2020 and it's Watch Dogs Legion. And it's fucking Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is just too big of a game for people to give a fuck about. And
Ghost
the
Recon,
Ghost Recon sequel, and it's just mistake after mistake after mistake. And now they've gotten to a point where they're barely even releasing video games. Like, this is the first big, I mean, XDefiant last year, but it's like, man, y'all supposed to be releasing 3 or 4 games a year, at least 2 or 3 games a year, and you got nothing.
And then that Star Wars game that failed so bad they pushed Assassin's Creed back.
I can't believe Star Wars failed. I don't know if it was just a lack of polish, if they just should have waited a little longer, but it just seemed like people weren't interested, which is fascinating to me because people are usually ravenous for Star Wars. And so I wonder if that's Star Wars hitting like its own franchise fatigue, or if it's Ubisoft just has such its name is just in the mud so bad
that people are just like a whole nother podcast on a Star Wars because man, they have definitely. I feel like Star Wars has definitely started to run that franchise like into the like, all right, bro.
They done gone to the well too much.
I think if you had launched Outlaws in 2019, even if it was without all the fixes that they've made since they put it out, if you launch that game in 2019, I think it sells millions upon millions of copies. I think it's a massive success because it's like, oh, wow, we've never got a chance to be a rogue and explore the galaxy and blah, blah, blah. But now, you know, after years of like Disney Plus has a Star Wars show every fucking season and you never get a chance to miss it. And there's always a movie being planned. And, you know, we just played Star Wars Fallen Order and, you know, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And we've all played all that. And it's like, oh, yeah, here's another Star Wars game. And you're like,
don't forget the anime series, too. Ooh.
Man, it just gets to a point. You're like,
wow. And the problem is also like a lot of those Star Wars projects is a tangent, but a lot of those projects are just mediocre. Like it was a consistent amount of them that just
were took the word out of my mouth for King. It's one thing to just release a lot of stuff and get like half fatigue, or you just keep seeing it. But if you just keep releasing a lot of stuff that's not that great, that's even worse. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? You're wasting like potential on making something good by just wasting a lot of nothing burger of this IP. And it's like, bruh.
Yeah. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show probably was the one for me. I like, y'all made this mid? Nah.
Man,
I'm not having it.
I used to be an avid. I'm still a Star Wars fan, but
I'm not. I just went over there to Star Trek, and I like what I'm getting better there over there. So. I got to tell you,
it's probably legitimately just better shows. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
To an extent, yeah. I mean, like they put more time and effort, and I think they only come out with maybe one a year, and then they might have like
3.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, nah, we get you your one a year, and then after that, shut up. You know, we trying to give you quality, not quantity. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap this reaction up. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We will come back. We will see y'all again on the next episode of No Level Cap. Peace.